August 6, 1945, Hiroshima. August 9, 1945, Nagasaki. Two dates forever seared into the world's memory. Two cities, vibrant and alive, erased in blinding flashes. Thousands vaporized instantly. Shadows burned onto walls, grim reminders of the blast. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked a terrifying turning point in human history. The mushroom clouds, rising high above the ravaged cities, served as stark warnings for the future. The stories of the Hibakusha, the survivors, are testaments to the enduring legacy of these attacks. We must continue to strive for a world free from the threat of nuclear war. The decision to use atomic bombs on Japan was the culmination of a long and bloody conflict. World War II had ravaged the globe for years. Millions had perished. The Allied powers, facing a tenacious Japanese enemy, sought a swift end to the fighting. The Manhattan Project, a top-secret American initiative, had been racing against time to unlock the power of the atom. Scientists, many refugees from Nazi Germany, worked tirelessly to create a weapon of unprecedented destructive force. As the war in the Pacific raged on, the United States prepared for a potential invasion of Japan. The use of the atomic bomb was seen by some as a necessary evil, a way to shock Japan into surrender. This decision remains highly controversial to this day, with historians and ethicists continuing to debate the necessity and morality of the bombings. The Enola Gay, a B-29 bomber, soared through the clear morning sky above Hiroshima. Its deadly cargo, the atomic bomb nicknamed Little Boy, was armed and ready. At 8:15 a.m. local time, the bomb was released. It fell for 43 seconds before detonating with the force of 15,000 tons of TNT. The blinding flash was followed by an inferno of heat and a shockwave that leveled everything for miles. Buildings crumbled into dust. People were vaporized instantly, leaving only shadows etched onto walls. 3 days later, Nagasaki, Fat Man, a more powerful plutonium bomb, was dropped on the city. The immediate aftermath was a scene of unimaginable horror. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki unleashed a wave of suffering that extended far beyond the initial blasts. Survivors, known as Hibakusha, began to experience a range of debilitating symptoms: nausea, vomiting, hair loss, and severe burns. Many survivors faced discrimination and prejudice due to the fear and ignorance surrounding radiation sickness. The psychological scars of the bombings, the loss of loved ones, the trauma of the experience, proved just as enduring as the physical ones. The cities themselves, once bustling centers of life, were left in ruins. Rebuilding efforts were slow and arduous. The long-term health effects of the bombings continue to plague survivors and their descendants. The Hibakusha have shown incredible resilience and strength in the face of unimaginable adversity, becoming vocal advocates for peace and nuclear disarmament. The news of the atomic bombings sent shockwaves across the globe. The world watched in horror and disbelief as the images of the devastation emerged. The sheer scale of the destruction, the unimaginable suffering, sparked both condemnation and fear. The bombings played a decisive role in ending World War II. Just days after Nagasaki, Japan announced its unconditional surrender. The war was over, but the world had entered a new and uncertain era, the atomic age. The bombings ignited a global debate about the morality of using such devastating weapons. The use of atomic bombs sparked a nuclear arms race between the United States and the Soviet Union. The specter of nuclear annihilation loomed large, driving the formation of organizations like the United Nations, dedicated to preventing future conflicts and promoting peace. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki remain a stark warning from history. They remind us of the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred, of the seductive allure of seemingly simple solutions to complex problems. The Hibakusha, the survivors of the bombings, have shown incredible courage in sharing their stories, ensuring that the world never forgets the horrors they endured. Their voices, filled with pain and resilience, serve as powerful reminders of the human cost of war and the urgent need for peace. The lessons of Hiroshima and Nagasaki are as relevant today as they were in 1945. In a world still grappling with the threat of nuclear proliferation, the need for dialogue, diplomacy, and disarmament remains paramount. We must honor their memories by working tirelessly for a world free from the threat of nuclear war. The future of humanity may depend on it.